Mark Geist, you know the name. He's cleaned up the government's mess once before, saved 25 lives in the Battle of Benghazi. And he's running right now the Shadow Warriors Project, which is here to help get Afghans and Americans perhaps even too out of Afghanistan right now. Mark Geist, how are you, sir?
Doing great. How are you doing, Mike?
Man, really good to talk to you. We talked, again, the first segment of the show, we talked about the courage, the loyalty, and the skills that you guys have to pull something like this off. Like, let's speak to this. Well, let's speak to the skills part. Like if you drop me off, first of all, I wouldn't have the courage to even think to go, let alone go, right? But if you drop me in the middle of Afghanistan and said to go save people, I'd be like, oh, I don't know what to do. What are some of the skills that these special op guys have that can even make them an effective tool out over there?
Well, a lot of these guys that are over there and are helping out with this project, both ours, the Pineapple Express, and all of the other veteran service organizations that are stepping up to help out. Over the last 20 years, we've been in that country, in and out. We know the people. We know how to move among them. And a lot of it just comes with having the courage to do it. And a lot of that comes from just being a part of something that's bigger than yourself and that selfless service that they've given for so many years.
Yeah, that's so easy to say, but that's still, it's so unfathomable. It's unreal. Like, how do you even get to the Kabul airport and then you leave the Kabul airport and in the middle of the night you're smuggling people from house to house to get back to the Kabul airport? How is that possible?
It's just years of being able to operate in that environment, and most of us have. In some type of environment like that, either in small groups, in groups of 1 and 2, whatever it is, working overseas for the last 20 years on this war on terror against the Taliban themselves, knowing their tactics, techniques, watching how they do stuff. And it's just been developed over that time period.
What's the biggest hurdle once you're over there?
The U.S. government, State Department wanting us not to be there, thinking that we're stepping on their toes, going to make them look bad. I think I'm not sure. We're just getting pushed back from them. They're getting involved with other countries, preventing civilian flights from landing or refueling that may be supporting any of these efforts. And unfortunately, we would rather them work with us, but we're willing to do it alone if that's what's necessary.
Can you describe how strong Taliban control is over Kabul right now?
Oh, Kabul is the worst of it. I mean, Kabul is where, and that's the most difficult area to operate in. It is not an area that is conducive to our longevity, as well as those who are stuck there. The best thing for people to do is to get out of Kabul. Right now, we are seeing Kabul as a powder keg. And come tomorrow, the 31st, when things are shut down, communication is going to become a big issue. I foresee that the Taliban is going to shut off the internet, and they are going to do everything they can to prevent people from being able to communicate outside their borders. They're going to kick every reporter out, and this whole idea of being Taliban 2.0, or the nicer, kinder, gentler Taliban, I think is going to be done. And that's when the retributions are going to come, because they're not any different. I mean, Haqqani has been around for how long, and he has not changed his ways. He's learned that you can sit there and say what you want and people will believe it because they have that string of hope that it is true. But unfortunately, it's not. And, that's what's frustrating for us that have served overseas so much, is the fact that the U.S. government is actually treating them as a legitimate government.
Not only that, but they're in charge of protecting us. We're putting them in charge of. My brains can't even say those words. Like, how insane is this? We got to talk again, Mark. Give us 60 seconds. What specifically is the Shadow Warriors Project? It's 501c3. People can donate. Where's their money going to?
Well, so we have a lot of different programs going on. We've initially started out as helping private security contractors and their families who get killed or injured overseas. And then we've developed a dog canine program as well. But then when this kicked off and we knew that we had contractors over there, We had American citizens. We had those that worked with our military as Afghan nationals that we needed to help get them out. And the other group that is kind of not being talked about is all of the pastors and missionaries that have been spreading the Lord's word to Afghan. They are in jeopardy as well, and we're wanting to help work with them and get as many of them out as possible as well. ShadowWarriorsProject.org is the best place to go to donate if you feel it on your heart to want to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
Wow, that was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like, subscribe, get more.